Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be talking about Drake and Kendrick Lamar, and this sole video is very much going to show my age because, well, 30 hit me really fucking hard, first of all, but second of all, I don't know what's going on. And okay, so I think even if you don't follow Kendrick Lamar, you don't follow Drake, even if you don't listen to either of their music, on my timeline, there has been an incessant thing of, oh, Drake responded, oh, Kendrick responded, blah, blah, blah. I only caught basically the quote unquote end of the story or the more updated version. I didn't understand where all of this shit show going on even began. I found an article that is explaining things for like people in my condition. Makes it sound like I'm diseased. But anyway, so I found a thread that explains everything, but more importantly, explains things from where they began. I also found a TikTok, but it's like 5 minutes long, so I might put a clip here and there. If not, I'll link it down below so you can watch the whole thing. But it goes way back talking about Drake and Kendrick Lamar and even just like their mentors and shit between their mentors that kind of like trickle down. It's a whole fucking thing. So what we're doing here is catching up on how this drama kind of came to be. And I'm sure that by the time I upload it, some other shit will have gone down, but you know what? Oh well. Let me begin by saying Drake, for me, has been on the no list for a while. Since his weird-ass relationship with Millie Bobby Brown, where you didn't understand, like, they were friendly, they were texting, but, like, why? Why would he be potentially a mentor to her, which was the least uncomfortable potential hypothetical situation in my mind? It wouldn't even make sense. Like, what are you mentoring her in? Anyway, so since then, my opinion of Drake has been this guy is up to some weird ass shit, so I'm just gonna put that out there. Kendrick Lamar, basically know nothing about the dude, don't listen to his music. So a complete track by track timeline of Drake and Kendrick Lamar's feud. Now the reason why I'm talking about this, to be clear, is that Kendrick Lamar dropped some pretty heavy allegations about Drake and about sexual deviance, let's put it that way. As you might have heard, Drake and Kendrick Lamar are in the throes of an intense and seemingly never-ending rap battle. Though the two artists have long been at odds, this latest chapter ignited in March with the release of Like That, which quickly kicked off an incendiary back and forth that can be difficult to keep up with. Here we break down the play-by-play of this beef by track, the most recent of which is Lamar's brutal Not Like Us. Now obviously I can't put any of these tracks here because I'm going to be copyrighted straight to hell, but you should listen to them because some of them, yikes. Okay, so there's Like That by Future, Metro Boomin, and Kendrick Lamar. And the whole history, even just with Metro Boomin, goes far back. Watch the TikTok I link below. The power keg that set off this particular chapter of the Drake versus Kendrick Lamar beef was the song Like That from Future, Metro Boomin, and Lamar. On it, Lamar dissed the notion that he's in a big three with Drake and J. Cole, rapping, "It's just big me." He also compares himself to Drake, to Prince, and Michael Jackson, respectively. That's like the least significant of all of this. So then there's Push-Ups by Drake. After several weeks, Drake fired back by mysteriously leaking Push-Ups, which featured the lyrics, "You ain't no big three, SZA got you wiped down, Travis got you wiped down, Savage got you wiped down, like your label, boy, you in a scope right now, and you can feel the aftermath of what I write down. I'm at the top of the mountain, so you tight now. Just to have this talk with your white ass, I have to hike down. Big difference between Mike then and Mike now." I don't think I've ever sounded whiter. Drake also went after Lamar's work on pop songs from the likes of Maroon 5 and Taylor Swift, as well as throwing a stray dig at Rick Ross with the lyric, "I might take your latest girl and cuff her like I'm Ricky, can't believe I'm jumping in this turning 50. Every song that made it on the chart he got from Drizzy." Ross fired back just hours later with a diss track of his own accusing Drake of getting plastic surgery, but let's try to stay on topic here. So one of the main things you need to pick up from all of this is that Drake is being messy. And by being messy, I mean throwing out one-liners about random people who aren't really involved, as far as I understand, is not helping because, as far as I understand, again, based on that TikTok I mentioned, people in the industry do not like this man. And I mean, I don't know him, obviously. From the things I've read, he seems like a real big weirdo and not in like a good way, just I don't know, I'm uncomfortable. So then Taylor Made a Freestyle by Drake happens. So while waiting on Lamar's response to push-ups, Drake also put out the since deleted track Taylor Made a Freestyle, on which he used the AI generated voices of Lamar's idol Tupac and Snoop Dogg to go after him, earning him a cease and desist from Tupac's estate. After those AI verses, Drake came in with his own voice to accuse the rapper of not responding to his original diss because he didn't want to interfere with the release of Taylor Swift's The Tortured Poets Department. Now we gotta wait a fucking week because Taylor Swift is your new top, and if you bout to drop, she gotta approve, he rapped. Swift has of course not responded, having famously always wished to be excluded from the narrative when it comes to being name-checked in rap songs. While the song has since been taken down, Snoop Dogg's reaction is thankfully still up. Now, I think we should all just thank the gods for Snoop Dogg's reaction. I'm gonna play it for you right now, but genuinely, Snoop Dogg is me when all of this happened. I think I had kind of the same reaction. So this is it.
They did what? When? How? Are you sure? Y'all have a good night. And to all. Right off, everybody calling my phone, blowing me up. What the fuck? What happened? What's going on? I'm going back to bed. Good night.
I'm sorry, but that was so funny to me, especially at the end when he just says he's going back to bed. I'm like, yes, King, same. Like, what? I loved that. Anyway, so then there's Euphoria by Kendrick Lamar. So on Euphoria, which shares a title with the HBO series that Drake produces, Lamar eviscerates his rival with pure hatred, leaving no stone left unturned. The verses attack Drake's parenting. I got a son to raise, but I see you know nothing about that. His rumored plastic surgery, didn't tell him where you get your abs from, and his rap abilities, you not a rap artist, you a scam artist with the hopes of being accepted. That is crazy. So I did see a lot on the timeline about I got a son to raise, but I see you know nothing about that. That is kind of where I started getting sucked in to all of this, if you will, because that's a heavy line to be dropping on someone. I feel like until you're insulting someone's abilities, it still is a big deal because it is your chosen career. So if someone says you suck at your career, some might say that's pretty bad. But saying you have a son to raise and you know nothing about that, that is about you as a person. That's rough. I'm here for it, but it's very rough. He also called out his use of AI and seemingly confused actor Haley Joel Osment and televangelist Joel Osteen in the process. Am I battling ghost or AI? Feeling like Joel Osteen. Is that even how you say his name? Whatever. Funny, he was in a film called AI. So then there was 616 in LA by Kendrick Lamar. Making fun of Drake's penchant for using times and locations in his titles, 616 in LA arrived just days later after Euphoria, delivering on the track's promise to go back to back. It also was notably produced by Jack Antonoff, which feels like an acknowledgement of Drake's repeated Taylor Swift references. In the song, he claims to have operatives inside Drake's label rapping, "Have you ever thought that OVO was working for me? Fake bully, I hate bullies. You must be a terrible person. Everyone inside your team is whispering that you deserve it." Genuinely, a lot of these lines are going straight for the jugular. The fact you're saying he's a shit parent, or not even a parent, the fact that you're saying basically everyone fucking hates you, I have operatives inside your label and I know that everybody hates you, and everyone's saying you deserve it? Yikes. So then there's Family Matters by Drake, and that was released on May 3rd, so we're getting close now. Drake responded with a nearly 8-minute track, Family Matters, which suggested that Lamar's child was actually fathered by his manager, Dave Free. He also honed in on Lamar's relationship with his fiancée, Whitney Alford, alleging infidelity and abuse with his lyrics like, "You the black messiah wifing up a mixed queen and hit vanilla cream to help out with your self-esteem. On some Bobby shit, I know what Whitney need. And when you put your hands on your girl, is it self-defense because she's bigger than you?" This is genuinely startling shit because it got very serious incredibly fast and it only escalates from here. The allegations being thrown out here go from being a shitty person to actual crimes and abuse. And I think that that's the most shocking thing, because at the end of the day, I think the question is, or whatever comes up, is had things not panned out the way they did here, would any of this information have come out? Who knows about this information? If there is abuse out there, who knows about that? Like, who is complicit in this? You know, like, there are a lot of questions that start popping up where you're like, oh, there might be people that you like and support that might be in on shit that is alarming, to say the very least. So while this is between Kendrick and Drake, it's also not really. It's like they're lifting up a lid and you're like, okay, well, who's right outside their circles? Who's inside their circles? Who knows about the allegations being thrown out here? Who knows whether they're true or not? And if they are true, who's lying to defend? You know, I'm just going into full-on conspiracy mode here. Or no, not conspiracy, consideration mode. I'm considering things. So I'm just wondering. You guys can let me know if you have intense opinions down below or no opinion whatsoever. So then there's Meet the Grams by Kendrick Lamar. Lamar didn't give us much time to sit with Drake's last diss, putting out Meet the Grams just hours later, which continued the theme of going after each other's families right from the top by telling Drake's son Adonis he's sorry Drake is his father. Okay, yikes. Speaking of children, the track also alleges that Drake has a secret daughter, a claim Drake responded to via Instagram story writing, "Nah, hold on. Can someone find my hidden daughter, please, and send her to me? These guys are in shambles." Laughing emojis. I mean, I really would not be laughing if I were you, Drake, because anyway. Lamar also circled back to his cosmetic procedure digs, rapping, "Get some discipline. Don't cut them corners like your daddy did. Fuck what Ozempic did. Don't pay to play with them Brazilians. Get a gym membership." Ozempic and get a gym membership. That's... With all the talk about Ozempic, that was a smart move. We all know that. I feel like I see Ozempic everywhere. It's all over TikTok, and I don't even feed that to the algorithm because I don't like any of those videos. They stress me out. So this is by far one of the most intense fucking things to ever happen in this whole drama, and I will stand by this one. This is absolutely cutthroat behavior. Also because if any of this is true, hopefully an investigation actually does start. Let me just say that. It's not really just like the petty drama, though we can all ha-ha hee-hee about that. It's also about like, okay, we're just going to expose everyone now. For better or worse. Not even 24 hours after releasing Meet the Grams, Lamar had more to say with the brutal Not Like Us. In it, he makes explosive accusations against Drake with lyrics like, "certified lover boy, certified pedophiles." Worth noting, the cover of this song, as you can see over here, looks like the map of, you know, sex offender registries where they map out where the sex offenders live. There are like a bunch of tags on a house, which is presumably Drake's, or that's the implication. So now this, in conjunction with what I was saying earlier about Millie Bobby Brown, it does not bode well. There's a history there of him being creepy / suspicious, just weird around minors. So I'll leave that there. Say, Drake, I hear you like 'em young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. And trying to strike a chord, and it's probably a minor. That is an excellent line. He also circles back to Drake's use of AI to recreate Tupac's voice on tailor-made freestyle rapping. You think the Bay gonna let you disrespect Pac? I think that Oakland show gonna be your last stop. So this article was actually updated today shortly before I started filming, like 6 p.m. at 7 right now. This is all extremely messy, and like I said, it goes back to old shit that's just resurfacing now. I have to wonder why exactly it's resurfacing now, like what might have happened behind the scenes to get us to where we are. Frankly, I really don't see this ending well, which I don't think is surprising to anyone because it didn't start well. I don't think it's gonna end well. I just wonder how it's going to end, in the sense of, are we going to get any type of investigation? Is it going to just be discounted as, you know, just like rappers having their drama, their messiness, whatever? Like, how seriously is this going to be taken? Are any of these accusations, first of all, true? Are they going to be investigated? I have so many questions about where this is going, but I genuinely feel like Every day there's a new thing coming up and there are all these released tracks. It's a mess. Anyway, you guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm very curious about where this is going. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons as always, and I'll catch you guys next time.